Let's talk about Ana de Armas fan files lawsuit over actress's cut yesterday role. So yesterday, before we get into it, yesterday was a movie from 2019. I believe, it was a Danny Boyle movie. And there's some really funny stuff in this article. But basically, she was supposed to have like a scene in the movie, and she was in the trailer. And then, as tends to happen, if you don't have the biggest role in the movie, you're going to get cut. It's very common for somebody's scene to get cut and left out of the movie. But this says, Ana de Armas fan files lawsuit over actress's cut yesterday role. Could a director's cut be on the horizon then? If you've ever found yourself watching a movie only to realize that it wasn't what you thought it would be, you're not alone. Trailers are an essential piece to most films' advertising, but sometimes, due to the fluid nature of filmmaking, they don't always accurately set expectations. That can lead to disappointment, frustration, and in this case, two Ana de Armas fans who watched yesterday thinking she would be in it, a class action lawsuit. What does it take to make a class action? Is that just 2 or more? What does that mean?
I don't know, but also, if you do check on IMDb, she's not credited for it. That's why. And I'm going to search up the class action lawsuit. Just continue reading it. So
it says, it's been reported that Peter Michael Rosa and Connor Wolf are suing Universal Studios in federal court after they say they each rented Danny Boyle's 2019 romantic comedy on Amazon Prime for $3.99. The lawsuit alleges that the film studio engaged in deceptive marketing practices by showing Ana de Armas in the film's trailer, even though she did not appear in the final cut. According to Variety, the lawsuit states that because they were promised a movie with de Armas, but did not receive a movie with any appearance, they did not receive the expected value when renting or buying it. The two men are seeking a minimum of $5 million from Universal. On behalf of themselves and other affected consumers. Who the hell are the other affected consumers?
I don't know. But yeah, I just searched up for class action lawsuit. So basically, her case is like she got a bunch of people who had similar problems, and they're like, "Yeah, let's just sue."
Okay. Well, I know what a class action lawsuit is when it's like a bunch of people, like Gulf oil spill and everyone sues. Yeah. But how do you do it with only 2 people? I guess it's just a.
I don't think it matters how big of the group is because it says when a group of people who are injured in a similar manner file a single lawsuit.
Like when there's a plane crash.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of like that, but I think it doesn't matter like how many people there are as long as like there's multiple people.
We need Rekieta Law on here.
Who's that?
Rekieta Law? No, he did the show.
I don't know who that is.
He's a YouTuber.
I don't know who you are unless you want to come on Pop Culture Crisis.
I don't think this is really his vibe. He's an anime dude though. He's really big in it. He covered a lot of the Vic Mignogna stuff when that was going on. No?
Sorry, I'm out of the loop now.
This was like 2019.
Okay.
Again, I always take for granted the fact I always assume that just because I like something that everybody likes it or like knows something. Like when we were here and I was like, that was like when Disney bought Fox, and as everyone knows, and then Hannah Claire's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because some people live under a rock.
No, or just like some people pay attention to different stuff. So the stuff I assume that everything that I care about, other people would know about. But that's
maybe I should get into hockey.
There you go. Hockey's good.
Yeah, because like
the only sport where you're allowed to fight.
What about MMA?
The only sport where the fighting isn't the point.
Oh, sorry. Brett is like giving me a funny look right now. I'm like,
oy vey.
I'm sorry.
It says, according to Variety, the lawsuit states that because they were promised a movie with de Armas but did not receive a movie with any appearance, they did not receive the expected value when renting or buying it. The two men are seeking a minimum of $5 million from Universal on behalf of themselves and other affected consumers. As of this writing, Universal has not commented on the suit. In yesterday, struggling singer-songwriter Jack Malik, played by Himesh Patel, achieves global fame by passing the Beatles songs off as his own after waking up in an alternate reality in which he is the only person who remembers they exist. Mm-hmm. The trailer did briefly introduce Roxanne, played by de Armas, who meets Jack on the Late Late Show with James Corden, and appears to be competing love interest to his childhood friend Ellie, played by Lily James. The subplot surrounding Roxanne and Jack and Ellie's subsequent jealousy over their interactions was removed from the final cut of the movie. Mm-hmm. So that sounds like a big storyline to just cut out. shows you how much they actually film in these things, how many storylines just get cut entirely.
Yeah.
Yesterday's screenwriter, Richard Curtis, told Cinema Blend in 29, this is the really funny part.
Mm-hmm.
He told Cinema Blend in 29 that it was, quote, traumatic to cut the actress from the film because her performance was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I take issue with the word traumatic here.
Yeah.
I think you're being a bit over the top and hyperbolic. That's just me. He said the decision was made because the test audiences did not respond well to the idea of Jack falling for another woman. It just goes to show you that they really do make these movies. Movies are made by committee.
Yeah.
There's always going to be test screenings. They got to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see a thing about like our test. Is it always the same test screeners? How do they find these people?
Maybe we can apply to be a test.
Yeah, like look up how you become a test screener for me.
How do you become a test screener?
For motion pictures? Connor Wolf and Michael Rose's, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, lawsuit is not the first time for that fans have gotten the law involved when it felt a movie trailer was deceptive. In 2011, a Michigan woman sued Film District, which distributed Nicholas Winding's Refn's Drive. She thought the film's promotional materials set the indie thriller up to be similar to the Fast and the Furious movies. Another fan threatened to take legal action against Warner Brothers because he felt that after making a 300-mile trip he took to see Suicide Squad, it was not what the trailer promised. That's actually, if he's talking about the very first trailer from the David Ayer version to that really, really morbid song, that was actually completely different than what the movie. Do you remember that one with that first appearance of the Joker?
What song are you talking about?
I wish I could. There's it was like the first Comic-Con trailer that they released for that movie.
What's the movie called again?
The original Suicide Squad movie by David Ayer. And that first trailer had like a very, very slow plotting song, and it was made to be more of like a scary movie almost. And it's completely different from the buffoonery type movie that we got in the final cut, because as I've always said before, Warner Brothers has no idea how to keep their hands off their properties and just let the directors do their work.
That's true. Okay, hold on, I'm going to search it up on regular Google because IMDb doesn't say the song.
No, you'd have to just look up first Suicide Squad trailer song from 2016.
Yeah. And also I searched up the question how to become a screener, test screener. So it's called a film tester. So they said you can sign up as a film tester. We'll email you whenever we have a new test screening coming up. You don't need to go to the movie theaters, and the movie links will be sent to your inbox.
You get like screener like links,
but they don't say how you do it. How do you do this?
I don't think I would want to do it because it would ruin the final version of a movie for me. I wouldn't want to see a movie being made in the process of making it.
I do. I kind of want to see I'm kind of weird. I want to see like the whole process. I don't know.
Yeah, not a huge fan.
It's called Rain by Grandson.
Rain,
as in the weather.
I don't think that's the right one.
Well, I searched up Suicide Squad first trailer song.
What year? You're probably looking at
2021. My bad.
Yeah, that's the James Gunn one. But yeah, so and that's an aside. But yes, that movie. Another example is when they were making the trailers for Avengers: Infinity War, tons of the scenes from those trailers didn't end up in the final cut of the movie. There's even a scene where like Thanos he does this with the gauntlet, and it shows how many of the stones he's got. Yeah. And in the final cut of the movie, he does that exact same thing, and there's a different amount of stones there.
Yeah,
so
they always do that.
It's done to keep people guessing, so they don't know what's actually coming in the movie. So it says, De Armas did not appear in Yesterday. She has had an impressive run in Hollywood over the last few years. That is absolutely true. She's doing really well right now. Yeah. Also, you should go see. Wait, what was the one with her in Keanu Reeves? The one we were talking about with Sarah. The one where the two girls come to... Knock Knock. Go see Knock Knock with Ana de Armas and Keanu Reeves if you want to watch a bad Ana de Armas movie. Yeah. That is absolutely preposterous and awesome. So it says, her big ones recently were Knives Out. The Knives Out and No Time to Die, obviously. So she has a thriller coming up called The Gray Man. That's a pretty famous story. And her film with Ben...
What's The Gray Man?
It's like one of those culture... Here, let's look at... go to Wikipedia and look up The Gray... It's like a boogeyman type story.
Oh.
It's like a famous one.
It's like
Yeah. So, and then she's got a movie with Ben Affleck. The movie Deep Water. Is that the same thing as Deepwater Horizon? It's got to be because Ben Affleck was in Deepwater Horizon.
Maybe.
I think. Somebody will fact check me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, like this type of marketing where the actress or actor or the scene doesn't end up in the final version of the film is not uncommon. So it is funny. Do you see them winning this lawsuit, Miracle?
No, because like there's other actors that are uncredited for their actual work. Yep. So I don't think she could win because they said maybe.
No, the two guys. I mean, do you think the two guys who are suing are going to win this lawsuit?
No.
Who
cares?
I don't think so either. I do love that. I do applaud them for trying, though.
I don't know.
What you looking for?
Oh, I'm looking for the Gray Man.
Yeah. It's it's a famous story, but yes. So I thought this was a funny story because there have been more than a few movies where the trailer ends up being very, very different because tone changes in the movie, or even one of the funnier examples was they used this very slow plodding song for the trailer for Transformers: The Last Night, and everyone's like, it's a Michael Bay Transformers movie. It's going to be goofy. It's going to be over the top, and I personally love goofy and over the top.
He does, and I wanted to buy you an action figure yesterday of
Well, I don't collect action figures.
Well, it's Cobra Kai versus the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was like Johnny Lawrence versus Donatello.
Yeah.
That's
well,
funny.
I was so upset because the Target I went to, they didn't have the Danny one. They didn't have the Miguel one.
Who the hell wants the Danny one anyway? Danny's the most annoying character in that show now.
Come on. You can have the full 4 set, but the Target I went to, they only had the Johnny one.
Yeah, well, Johnny's the man.
Oh, okay.
They'd probably double up. They'd probably order more of Johnny.
No, there was only 2 left.
Yeah, but they probably have like way more, but they're sold out because everybody else loves Johnny.
I like Miguel.
Well, I'm saying of the adults.
I know.
Of the adults. Miguel's good too.
Miguel's just good looking to me.
I wonder why.
What?
Well, doesn't he kind of look like Charlie? A little bit?
Maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe. I just have a weird type.
Well, Miguel is good in that show. I'm still a fan of Hawk, but he doesn't get enough screen time. So.
He doesn't.
So.
But that actor is really cool. I remember I was doing a background check about him.
A background check. Miracle was up. She's sleuthing online, looking up the act. Yeah, I think you mean looking into. You weren't doing a background check.
I was cyber stalking him.
You were researching. Call it research.
Oh.
It's less creepy when you say research.
Fine. I was researching.
She's like, I was stalking him online.
This is why I'm not allowed to have social media.
This is true. So yeah, I thought that lawsuit was very, very funny.
It is funny. I don't know. I wish
Is there a movie that or is there one that you would sue for false advertising? Like something you can think of where it didn't end up being either as good as you would have hoped, or it felt like it was a different movie from what you were given in advertising?
No, because that's good advertising. So I'm like, they did a good job then. They got my money. Haha. Sucks for me.
Yeah, you take the high road and you say, well, you win.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like that approach. I think if you're able to get that's a very free market approach to it. It's a very libertarian approach to it. Yeah.
I know. I think Andy's rubbing off me. He's you need to be libertarian about this.
Yeah, if they're able to get the money off you, then good on them.
No, because I remember when I wouldn't even complain when I was younger. Imagine how many people would sue the Eternals because false advertising of how good it was.
Or they're it's going to have the first LGBTQ whatever scene, or the first, or the worst is the first Marvel sex scene. I'm like, why does there have to be a Marvel sex scene?
Because
of any
we want to
character?
See celebrity junk.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
And it was so bad too. It was so not you could tell that neither actor was interested in it, and it was just the worst music and the worst scene and just very bad, very bad. Okay, so in other words, we're not going to sue because if they get their money out of us,
well,
then
good for them because you got our money.
Good for them.
I'm just gonna complain about it, but it's not gonna give my money back.
This is true. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.